communication, develop and have a base, for what we're growing, and being unselfish, sharing the basketball.
Curious when Steve Nash became the senior advisor, fellow Canadian. Just what do you think about him in this role?
I love it. He's got so much information to give at all levels, at all positions. I think he's going to be a great tool for us to use. And he's Canadian, so it feels like at home.
Dillon, I wanted to ask you about Nigel Hayes-Davis. You guys faced off in college a decade ago. I don't know if you remember that game specifically or the type of player he is, but what's it been like to see him like a decade later, kind of a totally different player?
I know. It's crazy how, games could change. You could ask him the same question about myself, and he could say a lot about me too. But overall, glue guy, does all the hustle things, all the things you don't see on the stat sheet or, in wins. So I'm glad he's on our team. He gives us a lot of energy, and, his journey is something to look at.
I'm glad you brought it up like that because you guys change as players when you go into the league, but I'm sure there are times where you get back to Oregon, Dillon Brooks, and like with him, you get back to Wisconsin, Nigel Hayes.
Yeah,
right?
when you're feeling good, and the shot's going down, and once you start getting to the flow of the game and the flow of the season, you'll start, adding stuff and feeling better.
What have you seen from the assistant coaches so far that Coach On has assembled?
Great, communicative. They know what they're doing. Very confident in what they're saying and what they're doing. They're here at like 7 a.m. Getting the script ready, getting the practice ready, and has us ready to just give effort and be attentive.
A lot of you guys had said yesterday that Kamon has been very vocal for being such a young player. How are you kind of seeing that demonstrated today?
It hasn't stopped. Just communicating on defense, communicating on offense, giving guys pat on the backs. We need that from not only Kamon but everybody. And that's the way he leads.
Dillon, you and Book, that's a great battle. How quickly did you guys connect after the trade, and just talk about the rapport you two have already created on and off the field?
Yeah, I called him right when the trade was done. Really had good communication. Just both of us on the same page, just wanting to win, wanting to compete. And then it's been a constant communication all the time. Going out, getting dinner, being that flag staff of the team, being the two leaders that are together, not separate.
You just talk about what it would feel like, maybe what it feels like in the first practice to now be a running mate of his versus going up against him.
It's great. He makes plays. He's an offensive wizard. Knows the game really well. And, he's going to be playing a lot of points, so he's going to be getting us the ball and attracting a lot of defensive coverages.
When those battles that you and him had, particularly, I remember the one. What made that special for you going up against him? He was on the come up.
Yeah.
You were establishing yourself as a guy.
He's a great challenge to guard. Different game than a lot of guys have. He's got 3-level scorer, so it's tough to guard. Plays physical, but I knew that he didn't like physicality then, so I could play physical with him. But we're gonna get through that this year for sure.
When you look at the defensive part of the last half of the year, yesterday you mentioned top 10 in the last 4 or 5 years, top 5 recently. What do you see about this team and the things that outwork you defensively?
Keep everything out the middle. Bring every ball to our bigs so they can block shots, and ball pressure is the main thing. We can speed up their offense and make them want to go downhill and try to finish over our bigs, and try to make tough 2 shots, mid-range shots. That's what we want. We out and racing.
Have you seen anything unique that this team can bring on about that defense?
Not really. I feel like it's the same. Just being in your shift, being there early, talking. Those little things go a long way, and it makes or breaks defenses. So just having that down pat, being honest, and us leaders, us vets, being on the young guys to become more communicative. My first year head coach was Fizdale.
When you see Odd in this role, any, I don't want to call similarities, but maybe the first time they're doing this? And what have you noticed about him in that first game? Being in this role?
He's prepared. He's, honest when we mess up, holding us accountable, and it's first day, so we played a little bit, but overall, a confident coach, offensive minded. Can't wait for him to put more plays in, and I love him. So.
Dillon, we talked about this a bit in Vegas, the programs you've been successful in helping start Memphis, Houston. How much of that has to do with what happens before the season opener in the summer and then in camp?
Yeah, it's all before that. Getting to know the guys at a human level, off the court, and then just being in the gym, just being me, just being funny, relatable. Giving them confidence, instilling confidence, but as well, showing them a little bit of that, that villain. But, overall, just being together and, loving the process and trusting the process.
Do new teammates come up to you and say things like it's good to have the villain on my side now, or things like that, where they were, like you mentioned yesterday, guys hate playing against you, but then they love having you as a teammate?
Yeah, we got a villain junior on our team. I'm gonna let you guys figure out who he is.
Can you give us a hint?
Someone that you wouldn't expect.
Okay. We'll poke around.
Yeah.
You look at obviously going up against teams that Jordan out was on last year and having to defend that. Now you're a part of this team. You see ways that the way you teach the spacing can help benefit the team and really put teams that try to get maybe it helps.
Oh yeah. The way our offense works, we're trying to open up that the paint while opening up that elbow space for Jalen, myself, or Book to work in without no shift help. A lot of great openings for guys to attack, and a lot more threes. Anything else?
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.